What's going on, guys? We're here at my shop. We're gonna start to dig in a little more on this 9-inch swap on the Cutlass here. I think the last time you guys saw this, we were messing around with getting brackets cut and just kind of getting the thing shimmed and fit in there. But I think today we're gonna try to get some the upper mounts tacked in and in the location they need to be. And then I do have some tubular adjustable control arms ordered, but they're back ordered. So who knows when we'll get them. But that's kind of the plan today, try to get the rear end set. And then we finally are starting to get some weather where we can maybe take this thing out.
Other than mud racing, we got some massive rain last night.
If we can find some tires or something we can stick on it, I'm down. We're not going to hurt the paint or anything.
We got the 513 spool.
Yep, 513 spool.
Axles, you need drill bolt pattern.
In one axle.
In one axle. And then drive shaft.
Yeah.
So we got to get ears put on this thing.
And then looks like this weekend's a botch on racing for the mini. We're getting like 5 to 8 inches of rain here in the next 4 days. So
supposed to have Saturday ATV flat track motocross or flat track motorcycle racing at the local fairgrounds. It's not canceled yet. It's going to be canceled. Yeah. It's supposed to be crap.
But we may bust out some quads and do some.
Last Saturday was the first for Akron for autocross.
Okay.
Cars all ready. It rained and I got scared, so the car didn't go.
And we're still trying to, so at the end of this month, we'll be down at the Tail of the Dragon. So we still need to do, we've had some pretty good road tests. He's been driving the heck out of it, and it's been pretty darn reliable.
Good. I changed the oil on it last night.
So
night before.
The more proving we can get into it, the better off we'll be. But we're just waiting weather out right now.
Mom and Dad have a seat, so when I go home next, passenger seat.
Okay.
I'm missing a seatbelt if you want to.
We can pull the one out of this if we need to.
That's all the car needs.
Yeah. Try to come up with a date without rain.
Yeah.
And then there might be another project.
Can't say that. She doesn't know yet. Boss doesn't know.
Possibly another project that may come up. We'll see what happens. It may be my project. It may be his project.
Might have to find a new spot, or I might have to find a new home.
Yeah, well, might have to live in it. We'll see what happens. So stay tuned for that. This one's going to be a cool one if we end up pulling it off. So it'll be.
It's my dream thing. I can't say what it is, but.
She's watching it. You just did.
She hasn't watched these videos.
Yeah, we'll see. So stay tuned for that. That'll be real cool. We may this weekend make something happen. We'll do some video and add to this. But all right, guys. Well, I think we're going to do some measurement and some mock-up, and we'll get right back with you. You want to grab me a pair of channel hammers? There we go. That's hot. All right, let's see if that clears. Towards you. Like a glove.
Almost like it's supposed to.
Yep. All right, one more. We got to let this cutoff wheel last because it's my last one. It'd be nice to have a lift.
Only you knew somebody with one.
Yeah, I know. You know what I was saying about that cutoff wheel?
Yeah, that's not lasting.
No, not at all. Let me see if I can cut a little more here.
All right. Oh, you want the other bushing?
Yeah.
And also, make sure to keep bearing races clean of all dirt.
It's just like lapping compound.
Yeah, but that looks like that's already been lapping compound.
Alright, I guess we can grab a tape measure. I'm just curious how far off it is.
We can force it side to side a little bit.
Just curious. Alright, well, we got the axle,
About ride height.
yeah, about where we're thinking it needs to be. Now we just need to do some measurements and see where it's going to land if we're somewhat close. So,
And check, of course, pinion angle.
let me grab that. This here. Yeah.
And verify that it's actually centered in the car. Should be all right, because lower bushings, lower control arms are in there.
I mean, we're 4 1/4 to the flange.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't have a spring in it. Upper control arms, the ears are bolted in. They're about where they want to be, so if we just tack weld it, we can get the axle out fully welded, do a good job. But car is not level. We're going to check pinion angle on the back of the transmission relative to back here. We have poly bushings in it, so I think it's like max like 3 degrees pointing down.
We're pretty close. It needs to push my way, I mean, just a hair. But we're 4... I mean, we're close enough, man.
It's probably better to be this way a little bit.
Yeah, we're...
Because of launching and axle twist.
I mean, we're...
If you're a 1/4 inch, I think we'd be all right.
Yeah, we're not even that.
We don't
different.
have issues with rust touching it.
Don't look at it too much.
But like the sidewall tire, if this gets tucked up in.
Yeah, we're like I said, we're a hair this way, but not enough for it to matter. So actually, I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, I think the frame dented as much as it is. Your measurement might be a little.
And again, I'm just going to that too.
Yeah, when these cars launch, this rear wheel wants to come up, tuck up in. Looks like the car squats,
yeah.
but it's actually the wanting to lift this off ground.
We look pretty lined up on the spring perches too.
Those are measured, so
Yeah, they're pretty spot on. Actually, it's it's not bad.
pinion eyeball doesn't look that bad at all.
No,
so we
we'll
might
have
be
to
pretty good.
go off grab a quick measurement off that. But now the only thing I'm seeing, I would say, let's see if I can remember how to use this thing.
On the side of the transmission, you ain't got
Yeah,
drive shaft still in here.
yeah.
So going off.
So you got to zero it on a flat surface first before you use that one. My stainless steel table's pretty flat. If you use that.
So going off the starter, which should be all in line, we can zero.
So right now we're just trying to see where our pinion angle's at in relative to the transmission. And I'm thinking we want, what, about 3 degrees down pinion angle?
Yeah.
So
That's
I think,
zeroed on the starter flange.
okay, so we're going to try to get it close to 3 degrees.
We are really close at 10 degrees.
10? Yeah. And
It's got to roll back.
And you zero at the
I zeroed it at the
starter. All right.
Basically bell housing.
I'll go real slow.
Yep, you're going down. 8.5, 7.5, 6.5, 5.5, 5, 4.5, 4, 3.5, 2.7. Nope, whoop. Easy. 2.5. Hit it. 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 3. Weld it.
All right, we're there.
Now your ears are overhanging a lot, but You burn that in and cut
Well,
them
we can brace the. Once we get them where we're at, if they're open, we can cut them and brace them and
Yep.
make them look pretty if we need to.
Got the rear axle out.
Yeah, we got our location kind of where we want it. It's a little ugly, but we're using a bunch of stuff.
That is fully welded. We're good. Just bolt it in and let's go. Low horsepower.
Oh yeah.
Stick to low horsepower.
We're gonna have to trim some ears off here, and then do a full weld out on it. But I think we're gonna be all right. This is the location where it all measured out to be happy. It's kind of ugly where it lands on the housing, but
I'm pretty sure this was for a G-body because I think the G-bodies were out wider than an A-body.
I've seen a lot where they will build like a truss. Mm-hmm. Maybe that cleans it up a little bit, but we're cheap and yeah, it's raining. We're cheap and we're just gonna use what we got.
It works.
So
Burning in real hot and heavy.
yeah,
Trim a little bit, and we have a rear axle for a car.
yeah, we'll clean this thing up, throw a thing of paint on it, try to look at the bearings, drill our
Axle
axle
for bolt
flange,
patterns.
yeah, and then this thing's gonna be ready to
The
see.
springs, these would have been nice to be a little farther forward,
Okay,
like half an inch. We're good, but
yeah.
just slightly.
But other than that, I think this is a major hurdle here. Once we get this thing in, drive shaft and then go rip. We need the upper control arm mounts. What we did was we took the amount of material that's on the top of these was hitting the factory stamped control arms. So I just kind of cut and notched them, but I'll get a hold of, trying to remember who I ordered them through. It was weird. I ordered them off a website and then it ended up coming from another website, like it was a second party, but I may cancel that order and try to get a hold of somebody else. What control arms does your dad use?
It came with rear axle.
Gotcha. So I may do some
They're not adjustable.
research, try to find something.
Other than I think he did put adjustables in it this year. I don't know.
But Southside Machine has some pretty nice ones. They're not hatefully.
There's a bunch of different companies.
Yeah, but all right, guys, we'll get back with you once this thing's fully welded out and stuck back in the car, and we may have something else come up. We'll keep you posted on the other project.
Once it dries out, warms up.
It's time to go play.
Thanks for watching. My arm's
right.
getting hurting.